Free India today remembers its glorious fighters of freedom. And one such fighter was the revolutionary tornado, Jyotindranath Mukherjee. Bagha Jatin, as the people remember him. Philosopher and warrior, prophet and martyr, Jyotindranath died fighting the Bsa, 9th September 1915. In December 1879, Jyotindranath was born in the village of Koya, now in Bangladesh, where he lived in the home of his maternal uncle, losing his father Umesh Chandra when he was only 5. It was his mother Sharat Shushi, a poet and a woman of great moral strength, who had a deep formative influence on the young Jyotin. Bhumimali Dada, a postal runner, young Jyotin's boyhood hero. From him, Jyotin heard the stories about the rule of terror unleashed by the British Sahabs upon the coolies at work in the railway bridge over the river Gorai. Anger was born, and the flame of freedom was kindled. A natural athlete, young Jyotin swam the river Gorai with ease. Shivaji and Rana Pratap had been the heroes of the nursery tales that Jyotin had heard and learnt to admire. Adolescence brought Jyotindranath to Krishnanagar, to the home of his uncle Bashanta Chatterjee, and to school. The years at the Krishnanagar AV school taught him much more than the school books. In the pages of the Gita, Jyotindranath found the awareness of liberty and truth. He learnt how Swami Vivekananda was trying to spread the words of the Vedanta to the West. And from the West came Aurobindo with a new word, a new spirit, the spirit of revolution. Krishnanagar saw the courage of young Jyotin when one day the streets were terrorized by the charge of a maddened horse. The fear, the helter-skelter running of people. And it was the schoolboy Jyotin who came fearlessly to the rescue. In 1898, Jyotindranath finished school and came to Calcutta for further studies at the Central College. It was at the famous gymnasium of Khetroguho that he met his later friend Shuchindranath. Here in these gymnasia, the gospel of revolution was being spread. Deeply inspired by Swami Vivekananda and his English follower, Sister Nivedita, Jyotindranath plunged into philanthropic work. A commitment to liberty and a cause of mission had impregnated his mind. For Swamiji had said, "Do not forget, the poor Indian is your brother. Do not forget, the afflicted Indian is your brother." To Bagha Jatin, the cries of the afflicted millions rang throughout the country. A meeting with Aurobindo brought a radical change in Jyotindranath's life, as now he came to belong to a political revolutionary group. In 1899, Jyotindranath took up the job of stenographer to the Chief Secretary, Mr. Wheeler, to be near the syndrome of imperialist British power. But his hatred against the British remained unabated. The incident at Siliguri gave a great impetus to nascent patriotic feelings. Angry with insolent British officers, Jyotindranath tackled them with vigor. In 1900, Jyotin married Indubala. An ideal family man, he was loved and admired by all. His eldest sister Binod Bala was a woman in 1,000 and a source of great inspiration. Jyotindranath's daredevilry knew no bounds. On his way to Koya, he would often jump off the running train, take a shortcut to his uncle's house. In 1909, Jyotindranath killed a tiger with his bare hands, and that earned him the nickname of Bagha Jyotin, Jyotin the Tiger. Meanwhile, the seed of revolution had already been sown on Indian soil. India was awakening to the call of armed insurrection. The words that Aurobindo spoke at his trial became the battle cry for free India. The echoes of Vande Mataram spread throughout the land. In 1905, Lord Curzon announced the partition of Bengal, and this sparked off the conflagration of the Indian Revolution. Inspired by the words of Rabindranath Tagore, a wave of angry dissent swept through the land. At Muzaffarpur, two Bengali youths tried to assassinate Mr. Kingsford. Khudiram Boshu and Prafulla Chaki were arrested and hanged. They are among the first martyrs of the Indian Revolution. At the house of Subodh Mullik in Calcutta, the leaders met secretly. Here, behind closed doors, India heard the voice of Jyotindranath Mukherjee. The time has come. We must die one after another so that a new India may arise. With the leadership of Jyotindranath came about an organized political party, committed to the cause of Indian freedom and prepared for the armed battle against British imperialism. Here in the mango groves of Dakshineshwar, Jyotindranath met the leaders, Rashbihari Boshu, Satyen Sen, and Manovendranath Rai. On the 24th of January 1910, young Biren Dattagupta shot Shamsul Alam, a high police official. Biren was caught. Fearlessly did he go to his death. No one knew who the architect of this assassination had been. But suspicion fell on Jyotindranath, and under vague doubts, he was imprisoned. His letters from prison to his wife Indubala and sister Binodbala are eloquent with strength and moral courage as he asked for their blessing for the road that he had chosen to walk. And the road was one of unfailing devotion to the cause of liberty. After his release, Jyotindranath took up the work of a building contractor to camouflage his revolutionary activities. Carefully, he organized a nationwide uprising. Jyotindranath knew that every step was vital with the fire underground. Manovendranath Rai and Satyen Sen he sent away from the country to collect the guns for the Indian Revolution. They went to every corner of the world, to the Ghadar party leaders in America, and to the others in Germany, everywhere. They were on a search for the guns for the Indian Revolution. It was cowardice that foiled the plans of the revolution of 1915. And once treachery had struck, repression followed swiftly. In India, a massive manhunt was on. The watchdogs of British imperialism were on the search for the fire underground. Kartar Singh was hanged. Rashbihari Boshu had fled. The revolution of 1915 had fallen through, except in the jungle of Katipoda in Balasore, where Jyotindranath had taken shelter. With him were his four comrades, Chittopriyo, Monoranjan, Jyotish, and Niren. And here on the shores, they waited for the German ship Maverick. But the Maverick did not come. Apprehended by the British, the Maverick did not bring the promised guns for the Indian Revolution. Jyotin and his four comrades waited, but not for long. And here among these bushes, in this undulated land, the last battle was fought. Outnumbered and surrounded, Jyotindranath and his comrades fought a pitched gun battle for over 1.5 hours. One by one, the bullets ran out, and one by one, they fell. Jyotin was badly wounded, and he died on the morning of the 10th of September, 1915. The poet Nazrul Islam hailed the Battle of Balasore as the Haldi Ghat of New India.
Balasore, Budi Balamir তীর, নবভারতের হলদি ঘাট, উদয় গধূলি রঙে রাঙা হয়ে উঠেছিল যথা অস্তপাত। আনিল গগন গম্বুজ ছোঁয়া কাঁপিয়া উঠিল নীল অচল, অস্তরবীরে ছুটি ধরে আনে মধ্য গগনে কোন পাগল। আপন বুকের রক্ত ঝলকে পাংশুরবীরে করে লোহিত, বিমানে বিমানে বাজে দুন্দুভি, থর থর কাঁপে স্বর্গভীত। দেবকী মাতার বুকের পাথর নড়িল কারায় অকস্মাৎ, বিনা মেঘে হলো দৈত্যপুরীর প্রাসাদে সেদিন বজ্রপাত।
Bagha Jyotin's dream may seem a failure, but it was to see its fulfillment in the struggle of Gandhiji, in the martyrdom of Bhagat Singh, in the courage of Surjo Sen, in the heroism of Subhash Chandra, and in our freedom in 1947. To us, Bagha Jyotin is more than a martyr. His life remains our symbol for liberty.